Hi guys, it's Frankie from Frankie Tech. Good to see you guys again. And I'm here on a Friday, TGIF, and I have a phone that's been heavily reviewed. Obviously, I've reviewed its smaller brother, but why did I pick up this phone? I picked up this phone because, you know, I said that its little brother was really the perfect phone of this OEM, but I really wondered, I just wish this screen was bigger. So I had to go big here, and I'm bringing you none other than, on Frankie Tech, the Galaxy S10 Plus. That's right. Oh yeah. And your first look on Frankie Tech of the Galaxy S10 Plus. Now, you may be wondering, why, Frankie? Why? You said you hated Samsung. You said you hated Samsung. Well, the phone that I was just mentioning was that S10e, and it is a great phone. In fact, it's probably one of my favorite Samsung phones that I've tested in years. And yet, you know, there was a number of things I mentioned about that phone that I like better. The flat edges, you know, the ergonomics of it, and all of that. And I honestly thought I would love that phone more than anything else. But the reality is, I wanted a bigger screen. And, you know, maybe fear of missing out, maybe just the fact that everyone else has had a chance to give their take on this phone. Well, you haven't heard the Frankie Tech take on this phone yet. And so here it is, the Galaxy S10e. And I figured since I'm going to be getting Samsung's flagship phone, the sights and sounds of Hong Kong, apologies for that, I got to get it in my favorite color, this beautiful, beautiful Prism Green. That is right, and what an interesting name for a phone. But look at the back of this, it is gorgeous. I just got this just 10 minutes ago, so I have just set up the phone right here. And, you know, initially I picked this phone up, like I think a week or two back, and I was like, okay, yeah, it's not too bad. Then a week ago I picked it up and I said, oh, that's pretty nice. It's actually really nice. Then earlier today I picked it up again in one of the stores, and I was just like, gosh, am I making a mistake? You know, I'm a tech reviewer. I reviewed the smaller sibling on this phone. Would it be wrong for me to not look at the big sibling of the Galaxy S10e? This is the S10 Plus. This is the 6.4-inch display version. And I got this as, this is the Hong Kong version right here, as you can see. So it is, I'll show you on the box, the 8 GB, 128 gigs of storage. Not the 512 here. I had to go a little cheap on this one, but that 512 would be awesome if this was going to be my main phone. But talking about design initially, this looks gorgeous, absolutely beautiful. I like how the green has been carried over to the edges of the phone as well. And display, 6.4 inch. This display looks as good as the one on the S10e. In fact, it looks even better. And there you see up there, there's the notch, and you've seen this in a lot of videos already. And so what is my main goal of reviewing this phone? You've seen a lot of reviews about it. You've seen the kind of MKBHD's review. You've seen a lot of kind of talk about this phone. Well, as you guys know, I very much focus on a lot of the China OEMs, Xiaomi, the Mi 9, the Vivo IQ, and those are Snapdragon 855 phones. And so when the time came, and you know, that on top of the fact that my S10e is the Exynos version, I wanted to see what does Samsung bring to the table with their big budget 855 phone right here. And so talking about that display, it looks amazing, and this performance is it's gotta be good if it's the Snapdragon 855. But the main thing, performance, I'm curious about is that battery life. With a 4,100 milliampere battery, I want to see if this thing can go the distance, and I also want to test the charging of this phone and compare it to the Mi 9 and the Vivo IQ. Obviously, audio has been really good on the S10e. I want to see if that's carried over here in the bigger brother. And last but not least, let's do that classic Frankie Tech camera shot here. And you notice what's happening here. As I always say, that edge display is something I find kind of annoying, and it's becoming a little annoying right now already. Now, is that a deal breaker? I'll tell you one thing, guys. I appreciate that Samsung is making the edge smaller. You see that? The edge is a lot smaller than it used to be. Back in the day, the edge was a huge curve, and it was really annoying. And I like that they've really kind of trimmed down the edges of this phone right there. You can kind of see it from the edge. And obviously 3.5 millimeter headphone jack is great. But let's look at this shot I'm assuming this will be as good as the shot on the S10e, if not even better. And the major difference that this phone has is that it also has telephoto. So I can zoom in on stuff and take a shot as well, and zoom in there on that car. So I'm gonna have to do more testing on this phone. Clearly, this is the Samsung Galaxy S10 that I probably should have gotten it first, but I have it now, and now is time to test this phone out and, you know, really pit it against the Xiaomi Mi 9 and the Vivo IQ. So that's it for this video. If you liked it, give me that thumbs up. And if you love the content of Frankie Tech, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon for future updates. And let me just do one last thing here, guys. Let's keep this on here. Someone's talking. And we're gonna do a very, very interesting thing here. We're gonna try to put, I'm trying to do this with one hand, so let's see if I can do it here. And put the Galaxy S10e in the same hand as the Xiaomi Mi 9. So if I can pull this off right here without having a major accident, or else you're about to see, you're gonna see like $7,000 worth of phones hit the ground with a thud. There they are. There they are, the Xiaomi Mi 9 and the Galaxy S10e. Stay tuned for that comparison, because that's the one I'm dying to make, and I'll throw in the Vivo IQ there. A Snapdragon 855 battle coming up for you guys very soon. So that is it, and this is where I leave you guys by saying, this is Frankie Tech signing off. Y'all have a good one. Last shot of the back there. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.